If you're watching this video, then I'm sure that you're tired of making slow gains. After 2 years of goofing around in the gym, I finally built consistency and started to see real progress. And it's because I overcame these 7 mistakes. Now, the first mistake comes from back when I just started getting into fitness seriously. I remember I had this friend of mine who used to train with me. And me and him would train so hard to the point of getting sore the next day. We would be sore for about even 3 days later. And we thought that soreness equals gains. But no, the first mistake that a lot of young men make is thinking that soreness equals gains. Soreness doesn't equal gains. I'm telling you, we thought that was actually happening, but what was actually happening was that we were wasting our time. And we saw other people who were training every single day and would be like, they're not really getting sore, so they're not making progress. They're just maintaining, maybe. We'd make up some excuse in our head just to justify the fact that we thought that we were making progress. And we ended up wasting almost a whole year of training, not making some serious gains because we're just sore. Now, when you are sore, that means that you are resting that means that you cannot do a workout. Basically, when you sore like in your chest, that means that you cannot do a chest workout. Now, that means that the person who is doing chest workouts in that time is gaining. He's making gains, while for you, you're just wasting time because you're feeling sore. So try not to feel sore, because when you feel sore, it's just junk volume and it's just uncomfortable, and it can actually lead to injury, and it doesn't really influence how much progress you'd actually make in the gym. It doesn't actually determine whether you build muscle or not. The soreness is just, basically this is what soreness is. When you work out, you tear your muscle, but you tear it in small tears that they call micro tears. Now, when you have a lot of those micro tears, that's when you feel a bit sore. When you have so many. But the thing is, you can only build a certain amount of muscle based on your exercise and the protein that you're eating. And it's not really about soreness. Soreness is just one of those things that just happens, and it doesn't really influence how much muscle you build. Because there are people who don't feel sore and they build a lot of muscle. Like me, I rarely get sore, though I am sore because sometimes I take things a bit far, take things a bit hard when I'm not supposed to. But all in all, you being sore will not help you grow faster. Just because it feels nice, it feels like pain and gain, right? It feels like pain and gain. Nah. So what I did was, from back then, when I wasn't making so much progress, what I changed was I started to train full body every single day. I trained my whole body every single day. And because of that, I am not supposed to be sore. Because if I'm sore from, let's say I do a chest workout today and I feel sore, then tomorrow I'll not be able to do another chest workout. So then I'll end up missing that day, and then and it messes up the whole routine. So basically what I do is I take my sets a bit small. I lower the intensity. You know what I mean? I lower the intensity. Our muscles only listen to frequency. How many times a week are you hitting? How many sets per week, per muscle are you hitting? It doesn't matter how tough or difficult your workout is. It doesn't matter whether you're sore or not. No, it matters that you're getting in so much stimulus. It responds to stimulus. That's how to actually make it grow. And also that's, I think, production of the growth hormone inside of the muscle comes from you hitting it all the time. So that stimulus comes from you training every single day. I don't want you to make that excuse of saying, bro, I don't have time to train every day. It's a stupid excuse. Find that time to train. If you don't have that time, there's a video that I just made I made it a while back on how you can find the time if you feel like you're too busy for you to make the gains every single day. So make sure that you are not chasing soreness. Chase gains, man. Soreness doesn't matter. Don't be sore. It's okay. I remember this one day I went to the gym a while back and I got into an argument with a guy in the gym. He was talking about, bro, you should miss some days and call them rest days so that you can grow, because you end up tearing the muscle. You end up fatiguing the muscle or something. And that was such bullshit. It was like big lies, big lies, because I know a lot of huge guys who train every day, but they don't tear their muscles. They don't fatigue their muscles or something like that. Of course, there's that occasional rest day, which is after maybe 2 weeks of overtraining, but it's usually like instinct based. So the second mistake that young men make when they're just starting off in the gym is taking rest days, skipping days and calling them rest days. Stop taking days off in the week. That's not good if you're trying to make those first initial gains. You just got into your fitness. I'm guessing when you're watching this, you've probably been gymming for about a few months up to maybe 2 years. That means that you're just in your beginning phases of the gym. Now, you cannot be taking off days because on those days, I am working. The guys who take off days, usually when they say, yo man, I'm doing this kind of split, workout split, like PPL split or a bro split or some kind of split that involves rest days, missing days, maybe in the week, 3 days, you work out for only 3 days, something like that. What they're really trying to say is that they're maintaining, bro. I don't even know why I was doing this as a beginner. I don't even know I was doing it as a beginner, taking rest days. The people who take rest days are usually guys who are maintaining their physique. He's already built a good physique, and now he's not trying to add on so much muscle mass, but he's just trying to maintain, just to keep it, while he works on something else. Because as a guy, we cannot work on too many things at once. Like for me, my physique is my business. So meaning I can work on my physique and I can also work on my business at the same time. But for most people, it's not like that. They're just maintaining. Now, you cannot maintain. You cannot take that kind of mindset of maintaining. Maintaining doesn't make sense if you're just a beginner, if you're just trying to make those noob gains. You realize your body is now ready to make muscle. It's the most ready it can ever be. At that, in the future, you will not really feel like, yo, is there someone behind me, bro? Hearing noises, bro. That's creepy. I was hearing noises behind me. But anyways, taking rest days is a myth. Don't take rest days. Don't take the day off. It's nonsense, bro. Work out even twice a day. For this time, you're supposed to be working out twice a day because you have big goals. And your goals and dreams, no one's going to achieve them for you if you're not going out and getting them every single day. Do that, man. The third mistake that a lot of young men make when they're just getting serious with their fitness is going too hard on day one. So I have this old friend of mine. Actually, he's a current friend of mine. It's just that we go way back. That's why I call him an old friend. Uthman. Uthman is a very ambitious young man. And he hadn't been training so much. He'd been missing out on the gym because he's been up and down with life, basically. But he came to my gym a couple of weeks back. Now, he came to the gym and he was like, yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. He got serious. On the first day, he trained really hard. He trained with us and everything. Now, the next day, Uthman came back and he's like, yo, man, I'm feeling pain here, man. I'm feeling pain here. I can't do that. I can't do this workout, all that. And I realized it was because he overtrained on the first day. And now his consistency was basically cut in half because he had to miss a couple of workouts because he was sore. Now, whenever you get back into the routine, whenever you get back into the rhythm of the working out season, the whole thing, that whole season, please don't do too much. Whenever I do that, I end up so sore. I even get injuries, all that stuff. Whenever other people do it, it's the same thing. You don't have to do so much on the first day. When you've started a new routine, start it from one. Reduce everything to one task. For example, when I just started this full body routine, I always say this, I started from one set per muscle group per day. One set per muscle group. Imagine that. It's boring, but actually it's a workout. You just do one set of curls, one set of push-ups, one set of, squats, everything. Just one. I did that so that I could build the habit of showing up because the habit is more important than just the whole workout and getting tired and everything and skipping days. If you don't have the consistency, then how are you going to make the progress? So consistency is so important. You do that by building the habit of showing up every single day. And you can only do that if the task that you have ahead of you is small enough for you to feel motivated to do it. I do this in my day-to-day life as well. When it comes down to goal setting for my daily tasks, like my to-do list, I usually sit down and I write in the morning what I'm supposed to be doing. And sometimes I'll feel like writing a big task. like edit 2 videos or edit and upload a YouTube video immediately and post it and everything, all that stuff on all the platforms. But then I realized that if I make those tasks so big, then I might do them today if I gain all that willpower and I master it all up and I actually go like grind mode, David Goggins mode. I might do it. But the problem is tomorrow I'll feel burnt out. Tomorrow I'll feel like, man, I did so much yesterday and so today I need a bit of a day off. And it will really cloud the whole day and it will be hard for me to be disciplined, basically. Show up and do the things that I need to do even when I don't feel like doing them. So starting small will help you keep that routine. It will help you solidify that mindset of showing up every single day. And when you do that, I promise you'll see all the progress that you've been leaving on the table. Now, the fourth mistake is a phrase that I commonly hear almost every single day that I'm out in public and I meet somebody and then we get into a fitness discussion, but they're not actually a fit person. They say this one thing. They say, I'm looking for motivation, bro. You already know what I'm going to say about that, bro. Motivation is not going to always be there. You'll not find it. It's going to be, let's be honest. When do you feel like working out, bro? You feel like working out once a week. Me, I feel like working out once a week. I don't feel like working out every single day. Nah, bro. I use discipline and I use routine and I use a structure. I have a system. By the way, if you need this system, it's a top link in my description. I call it the consistency blueprint. I use that system. That means that I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing every single day and I do it, regardless of how I feel. Motivation comes from dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical in your brain, the hormone that is released when you are in pursuit of something or when you have achieved something. That feel-good feeling that's inside of us men as we are chasing towards something. You look for that feeling for you to do a workout, but the problem is that feeling will not find you. It will come like once in a while. And the problem is a person who shows up to the gym once in a while won't make so much progress. He will not make the gains that he wants to make because once in a while has never helped anyone achieve any amount of success. Every single day has helped everyone who has achieved success to achieve it because they show up every single day. Don't wait for motivation, just show up today. Today is the day. Today. Right after watching this video, get into the actionables. I always drop actionables in my videos because I don't like to just yap. I want to make sure that you're getting value. I want to make sure that when you end this video, you actually change the way that you see fitness and you're actually more consistent in your day-to-day life. Don't wait for motivation, use discipline. Use discipline by using a calendar, by using a journal, having a to-do list, having a habit tracker, all these things I mentioned in every single video of mine. That's going to make you disciplined. That's going to help you solidify showing up to the gym rather than just going there whenever you get the motivation. So that whole thing of I'm waiting for motivation is a myth. Though it's good to feel good for a workout, it's good to anticipate a workout and be ready for it. It's very good, it's fun, but the truth is it's not necessary. It's not necessary. It's not going to be there all the time, right? There are also ways that you can hack motivation, by the way, if you're actually looking for motivation. For example, I have a warm-up routine. That means that a warm-up ritual. That means that I listen to motivational tapes before my workout. That means that I will do a certain stretch before my workout. That means that I will get my dumbbells ready before my workout. That means that I will get my big bottle of water ready before my workout. And all these things is like a form of tricking my brain into feeling motivated for the workout. So yeah, if you want motivation and you're really, really, really serious about it, then you can trick your brain into feeling motivated. Otherwise, fuck your feelings, bro. You're a man. Men, our feelings, doesn't matter, right? It's literally mental health, men's mental health month, and I'm talking like this, bro. Yo, don't cancel me, bro. But anyways, fuck your feelings. Then the fifth mistake is doing complex routines that you can't stick to. At the beginning of my fitness journey, that's when I used to find a routine on TikTok, bro. Who the hell is finding routines on TikTok and Pinterest? Me. Nigga, me in the beginning of my fitness journey, I used to go on Pinterest and I would find a workout routine and I would try it. But the problem is all these routines would not be solid. They were never solid. All these routines, I would do like ab routines, I would do chest and abs routines, I would do all these funny women's workouts and everything. And it was such a waste of time. And it really costed me my progress, honestly, because in that time I could have been making crazy gains. The routine that you make should be suited for you. I talked about the routine, the consistency blueprint that I have, which is the top link in the description. That's where I put my routine, and that's where I help you build your own routine properly. The one that fits to you, because a routine has to be around your own life. It's personal, man. I can't give you my routine and tell you, bro, do this, do this, do this, do that. Your life is different from mine. Completely different. So when it comes down to building a routine, I'll just summarize it, put it a little bit, because I have a full video up on that. You can go and watch that video that I uploaded a while back on how you can make a workout routine. But I need to make a new video. I'm going to upload a new video on that though. Basically, when it comes down to building your own routine, you need to make sure you have a schedule. You have a calendar where you'll be scheduling time for your workouts. You need to make sure that you know what exercises you want to try. You know, you find out new training styles. You try them out as well. All these things, this is going to help you build a routine. Now, when you build that routine, you try to stick to it for a while, for that season, because a routine is for a season. A routine is not forever. You try to stick to it for that season, and then when you wear it out, then you build a new routine. So make sure that you're using a routine. Don't do your own routine. Like don't do other people's routines. Don't try all these hard workout routines that you can't stick to. No, if you feel like right now as we speak, as you watch this video, you feel like your routine is a bit too hard, I want you to reduce it, cut it. If you feel like you're doing too many sets in the gym for your bench press, I want you to do a few sets, one set of bench press. Try a new routine that's easier than the ones that you've always done. And I promise you, you'll be more consistent in your fitness. Now the sixth, what the hell is this? Fitness mistake that a lot of young men make is this common phrase, which is, I can't go to the gym. I can't go to the gym, so I haven't been working out. Well, boo-hoo. You're a grown-ass man. You're still waiting for an opportunity to find maybe the money or the access to a gym, to a public commercial gym for you to work out. And yet there is African men in the villages, jacked like cactus, jacked like crazy, who don't even have access to any of that nonsense, bro. They just have a tree and some rocks and they're jacked. Think of yourself like a caveman. What would the caveman be doing? How are they getting strong? That's what you should do, bro. Body weight. Try new training styles. I want you to get into new forms of training, which is like try out calisthenics, try out bodybuilding, weightlifting, try out body weight workouts, try out powerlifting, try out all these new training styles. Even if it comes down to martial arts, go into that as well, because when you try out all these training styles, you're gonna find out which one suits you, which one suits your preferences the most. Because that's what really matters. You can't stick to something if you're doing it for someone else, or you're just doing it because this is all you know. You need to know more. Knowledge might be your issue. Try new training styles. Try calisthenics for a week. See how you feel when you are hanging on a tree, nigga. Isn't that what calisthenics people do? See how you feel when you're doing calisthenics. See how you feel when you do powerlifting. Try lifting heavy one time you go to the gym. I'm not here condoning ego lifting. No. But I'm saying you should try new training styles. That's going to help you overcome that issue of saying, I don't have access to a gym. Bro, I literally have resistance bands at home. My father bought resistance bands and he uses them. So whenever I go back to my home, I use those resistance bands. Resistance bands means that I don't have an excuse, bro. I don't need weights. I can just work out anywhere I go. It's too easy. So try new training styles. Hey. Bro, I'm just in a good mood today, bro. Honestly. So the seventh and the last mistake is a phrase that I always hear young men making when they just get into fitness, which is, I am just a beginner. Whenever I'm telling somebody, yo, bro, just do this, no, I'm just a beginner. You know, I've been doing this because I'm a beginner. Let me tell you something, bro. You seeing yourself as a beginner isn't going to help you make the progress that you want to make. Period. The beginner is the person who skips workouts. He's the person who takes rest days. You know, he's the person who doesn't have a routine. He's the person who has his mindset wrong about the whole thing. But when you treat yourself the same way that I did, I remember back in university days when I was in uni, bro, there's an insect here that's disturbing the hell out of me and is preying on my downfall. But I promise you, whichever relative has sent this insect to me from the village, you will not win. I will win. I will make success from this business and this hobby. Yeah, this insect is coming from it's coming from the relatives. Anyways, as I was saying, that thinking that you're a beginner is gonna help, it's gonna prevent you from making the progress that you want. When I was in university, basically, I used to watch these videos of Arnold training in classes, and in the middle of a lecture, I'll just be watching Ronnie Coleman. And I would be looking at the way they train, and I would be trying out those training styles whenever I get back home or to the gym. Whenever I would go to a public gym, I'll try out all those training styles that I see all these pro bodybuilders doing. Now that kind of knowledge helped me build so much muscle from that time, from the time I was in school until now, which is about 1 year, 2 years ago. It has helped me build so much muscle because I treat myself like I'm a bodybuilder. And yet I'm not really a bodybuilder. As you can see, I'm just an influencer. I'm not really a bodybuilder. I'm not like a pro bodybuilder, you know, the whole, you know, I'm not Arnold. I'm not trying to be Arnold. No, I'm just trying to be myself. I'm not a pro bodybuilder, but I learn from them. I treat myself like I'm them. I look at the way they meal prep, the way they eat. I like the way that they train, the way that they speak about themselves, the way they pose, you know, the whole, yeah, that's the stuff, bro. That's the stuff. And because I do that, it helps me make progress. Fake it till you make it, bro. Don't consider yourself to be a beginner. Consider yourself to be a pro. You're a pro, even if you're a beginner, even if the results are not really showing. Because, you see, the thing is, it's a vicious cycle that you're in. You think you're a beginner, and so you end up training light, or not really training properly, and you end up doing beginner nonsense. And because of that, you make less gains. And because you make less gains, it affirms that you're a beginner. And then because you're a beginner, you make less gains. And it's a cycle. It's just a never-ending cycle of nonsense. The only way to break out of that cycle is to just change your self-image. Change your self-image. Start to see yourself as a pro. Change that self-image, because when you change the self-image and you say, I'm actually a pro, like I'm actually good at this, I'm a bodybuilder, I'm a fitness guy, I'm an athlete. When you speak about yourself like that, then it's like the cycle has changed, because it's like, I am a pro, I'm a bodybuilder. So now you start treating yourself like a pro. So now when you treat yourself like a pro, is you start to make progress. Progress. You start to make actual gains. And now you're making gains, so it fuels your self-image and makes you believe that you're actually pro. And now that you're a pro, you make more, and becomes a wheel. It becomes a cycle, a virtuous cycle instead of a vicious cycle. It becomes a virtuous cycle of making progress all the way to the top. So that, I don't even know why I put it at the end, but I should have put it in the beginning. Update your self-image. I have a whole video up on that. Wait, I'm pointing too high. It's up there. A video on how you can update your self-image so that you can see yourself as the kind of person who sticks to the gym no matter what. If you want a plug-and-play system that will help you stay consistent without overthinking, I made the consistency blueprint. And it's the whole, like, it's exactly what I wish I had. The mindset, the routines, the accountability, everything. So if you're tired of starting and stopping from the gym, that's the top link in the description. Now, if you're still skipping your workouts, I made a video on how you can start to enjoy the grind, because the guy who actually enjoys his fitness will make more progress than the guy who doesn't. So go and watch that video.